Okay guys, I'm going to show you my best soft plastic baits for largemouth bass. And the first one that I'd start out with would be the Zoom finesse worm. And this is what I use at most lakes, and it works really good. I put it on a Carolina rig and you just jig it. Works really good for me. This is my top bait for soft plastics for catching bass. Second would be the Gary Yamamoto Cinco. These are a really popular bait in stores, and mostly every store carries them. I've got multiple colors, and my most productive color would be the watermelon. This solid watermelon or the fleck watermelon. And these are probably one of my most favorite baits also. Just jig them. My third would be the Yum Dinger. This bait works really good. It's got a lot of action when you jig it and stuff, so I'd recommend this one. And there's Slug Go from Lunker City. These work really good. They are a topwater bait, and you can basically jig them on top. They have a lot of action. Then the Lizard from Zoom, and also from Strike King. Use a few lizards from them. We've got multiple, and they work really good. I've noticed smaller lizards work better, and you just let them sit on the bottom and then jig them up off and on, and most of the time you get bass to scoop them up. These are another favorite bait that I have. And the Robo Worm. It's a floating worm, and you just kind of pull it across the water on lily pads and stuff. It's a really good topwater bait for a soft plastic. Cream worms from Cream are a really cheap bait, and you get 4 of them in a 4-pack for $1. Really nice. You get a lot of bass with these too. And the Berkeley curly-tailed worm. This has a lot of action with it. It twirls a lot, and I've caught a lot of bass off this. That's about 7 inches. Then let's see, my other baits that I use are brush hogs. Now the bigger ones, you can get a lot of bigger bass to hit, but you don't get as many bass. The smaller one works for almost any bass. It's nice. It's got a lot of action with it, twirly ends and stuff. I really like that bait to use it. And my other baits would be crawdad baits. Jig these behind hooks on Carolina rigs, and they work really good. And I like the Yum one because it's got the yellow tip on it, and bass seem to like that. I don't know, maybe it's just the color. It works better in murky water too because it shows up. Then another good bait that's really good for me is the tube. You can catch a lot of stuff off tubes. Just jig them on the bottom. They work really good with jig heads too. It's a really simple bait, and you can get a lot of big bass to hit it. Then my last bait that I'd recommend would be the Fluke. This is a really good bait. I don't even know what it's supposed to be, but looks like a minnow almost. Really nice bait. It's just good all around. Catch some walleye too with these, surprisingly. And that's basically my soft bait video for bass. Thank you.
Peanuts!